guys, this is, well, welcome to Kane Jr., your person you're following or subscribed to. If you're not subscribed, most likely you're not because I'll look. But basically this, I say basically too much though, but basically if you've watched my videos, enough talking. This is my top 10 figures of 2022. Now I'm late. It's been a couple weeks since New Year's, but I'm a little bit late to it, so I had to do a lot of family stuff this New Year's, and also, stuff and other things like that. And yeah, I've been pretty busy this year. I've been pretty busy, like, leading up to the New Year's. But I'm back. I'm getting back into the motion of recording, and I'm editing a story time right now. But I am gonna hit you guys with a what if this weekend and a couple other extra videos on the side. I'm gonna hit you with one what if this weekend, and also a couple other content I actually like to make. I like making what ifs, but I don't really want to be doing it for my whole YouTube career. I wanted to do some gaming because I got a PS5, and I also want to dive into other things. But enough talking about this. Let's dive right into my top 10 figures of 2022. Let's start with number 10. Number 10, Killmonger. Marvel Legends Killmonger Legends Wave. Or Legacies Wave. I don't remember which one. But this is a pretty solid figure. I like it. And this is my first time ever getting a Killmonger figure. I didn't get like the first release in that 2-pack. No, that wasn't the first release. That was like a second release with more gold, highlights. Sorry. But yeah, I like this figure a lot. But the other figures on this list, in my opinion, are just better, or I like to play with them more. But I do like this figure. Don't like how the hands are like really bad at holding the weapons. See, I put that in there. Shake that a little bit. Yeah, it falls off. I had to put a finger through the hook of this other blade. Yeah, so it's a pretty decent figure. Not decent, but it's a pretty good figure. It's about like a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty good figure. I like playing with it. I haven't I posed it around my Black Panther figure, but I've never really done like stop motion with those two. I am gonna work on one though, and I also am hitting you guys with the Iron Man stop motion because I am rebooting my stop motion series. If you've seen my Predator stop motion, I might still keep that storyline going. My Fantastic Four stop motion, everything I was setting up is actually gonna just be scrapped because I just want a new idea. So I'm gonna be making up a whole MCU like stop motion universe with my own like movies and own designs on the MCU, like my Marvel universe. I'm building up with my stop motion universe, just like I Am Legendary, right here, I Am Legendary, his channel. Yeah, I like how he built up his Marvel universe. I like it a lot, and I'm gonna build up my own using some of his I guess elements to his, but putting my own flair to it. But yeah, my number 10, Killmonger. Number 9 is the Mandarin, and this is actually a pretty dope figure. I like it a lot. I like the arms, the accessories. Now it's just one thing. Why did they not make the arms pegless? Like, they gave him pegs, but the legs are pegless. I don't like the Shang-Chi figures. Like the Shang-Chi figure, he has pegless legs but pegged arms. It makes no sense. Like, they could have just done both. But I do like the articulation. Some of the figures that have pegless joints, their joints are a little bit tighter than normal pegged figures. When they come out the box, joints a little bit more tighter, but it is a pretty cool figure. I like it a lot. I like the articulation, like the neck articulation especially. I like the ball joint in it. I also love the boots and the design of the figure. I love how it can pose and get into pretty good poses. Now, if I get good at like sewing or something later on, and because I do a lot of customs, because none of my customs are on this list. I'm only doing like the official figures I bought this year. But yeah. If I do get good at sewing, I might just take off this whole piece, the fabric part of this piece, and just straight up just sew it, because I don't like how like hard or unbudgeable the plastic is. it's not that budgeable, or you know, he doesn't have a lot of give to it. But I am going to maybe modify that. So yeah, in the future. But this is a solid figure. 10 out of 10 figure, just isn't as best as the next one on this list, in my opinion. But it is a really 10 out of 10 figure. Top 10 figure. It was going to be in my Iron Man stop motion, but I wanted my Iron Man stop motion to be more of an origin story. So he'll be in my second stop motion for Iron Man to make it more bigger. But yeah, wait for that Iron Man stop motion in the future. Yeah. And also, if you want to be a voice actor, just go to my Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram, guys. My Instagram will be in the description below if you want to be a voice actor. But yeah. Number 8. This big chunky dude. And I don't really know anything about this character because my dad just bought it for me out of nowhere one day. Here's my background. I slammed this guy a little bit too hard on the ground. But yeah. This is a big chunky dude. I love his accessories. And I like him a lot. I don't know if he was a Build-A-Figure before he was, put in that single carded package or something. But he is a pretty cool, I like moving him around, like posing with him, like playing with him. He's definitely going to be my next Thor stop motion. Or my first Thor stop motion. Because I haven't made a Thor stop motion yet. I've only made Spider-Man and Fantastic Four ones. And Wolverine and X-Men ones. But I'm going to be focusing more on other Marvel characters, solo films, my stop motion series I actually like, but not like my most favorites, because posting your favorite stuff isn't really gonna get you anywhere because other people like other things. But yeah, this is a pretty dope figure. I like the accessories with it, I like everything about it. I like this glove he came with, and he's a pretty cool solid figure. Let's do a size comparison with this guy. He's a pretty big chunky dude, hand big as a chest, like a pretty big chunky solid dude. I like him a lot. And 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10 figure. I like him a lot. One of my favorite big chunk figures, other than Juggernaut and Hulk, but they're not on this list because I got them before 2022. But yeah. Number 7, Love and Thunder Thor. Now this is actually a modification, and not too much of a modification. It has the same body part, but I just did a head swap with the Ravager Thor body, or Ravager Thor head, because I just didn't like that big clunky, pretty much helmet the actual, official figure came with. That helmet is trash, and it was never supposed to be made. And they know the helmet was clunky because they ditched it the first couple scenes Thor had it in. They ditched it immediately because they were not gonna have him wear that, and Chris Hemsworth is not gonna wear that either. But other than that, yeah, I like this Thor figure a lot. I would want to beef up this Stormbreaker a little bit more. I did do a hand swap with this figure because that's why it's a little bit bigger. The hands a little bit looser, because I did do a hand swap with the Infinity War Stormbreaker Thor axe, and that one is way better. Don't know why they switched to this generic bendy one that is straight up trash. If you are a collector, you know what I'm talking about. It's trash. This figure was pretty much beaten up a little bit. It ain't the best quality. A little paint chipping off, but it's a pretty solid figure. One of my favorite Thor figures in my Marvel Legends display. I have a Diamond Select one, but in my favorite. But yeah, I like this Thor figure a lot. Wish it came with more accessories though. That's the main reason why everybody really hates this figure. Other than the fact that it's really a lot of bright colors. I like bright colors on my figures. I like them. I like it. And also the whole helmet thing. And in the future, I might just take off this cape and buy a movable cape on eBay, because I just don't really like this plastic cape. It works for right now at least, but in the future I'm probably gonna customize this figure or mod it. But this is a pretty dope figure. I like it. Number 6. Lady Thor, or the Mighty Thor. Like how she wants to be called, the Mighty Thor. And this figure is absolutely a masterpiece. One of my favorite female figures, other than Screech and my Rogue figure, and also my Domino figure. I love that figure. I like the guns on it. I like how it matches up my Deadpool very well. I like it a lot. And it's one of my top, favorite female figures, other than my Domino and my Mystique. But yeah, this is one of my favorite figures, and I like it a lot. And also my Ironheart. Ironheart is one of my second favorite female figures. Sorry, it was a time gap. Didn't have enough storage on my phone, but yeah, I like this figure a lot. My Ironheart's a really cool figure, but I like this figure a lot. The Mighty Thor is a dope figure, and you should totally pick it up if you don't got it. It's a really good collection, really good, add-on to your collection if you like Thor-type characters in your collection, or just female figures in your collection if you're that type of guy. But yeah. But I do like this figure a lot, and it was worth getting. It was very worth getting. I liked it a lot. I didn't have to kill off the character, but yet again, I didn't want her to replace, normal Thor. I did not want that to happen, but yeah, I like the helmet look more than like the face or like the unhelmeted head. But yeah, pretty good figure. Number 5, Vulcan. And this is one of my favorite figures I got this year. I picked it up. One of my favorite X-Men figures I got. And I like it a lot. I like the body mode. And if you don't know, like, the news, it's probably out because I just saw it on TikTok. Remember, like, the Hyperion and Dr. Spectrum 2-pack is straight up trash. But the Hyperion body looks good, I guess. But, like, the body parts they use for Dr. Spectrum, they could just use the Vulcan body for it. But they decided to use the Bucky Cap mold body and the Hyperion body's arm. The Hyperion body arms. Like, bro, what? But I do like this figure a lot. I like its accessories, but you know why I don't take out the accessories right now? Because I don't feel like it. So, yeah. But basically, this is a pretty dope figure. I like the accessories. It could have came with, like, more head sculpts, I guess. More of an angrier expression with, like, a yelling, screaming face, because he is pretty angry. Majority of the time, if you see him in the comics, I do really see a live action interpretation of him, or at least an animated version. I think we got an animated version of him once before. Don't really know for sure, probably not. But I do want to see like a live action or big screen appearance of him in the future, like maybe in the next X-Men TV show or something like that. We do need a new X-Men TV show. I really want them to make a new X-Men TV show. Like something like X-Men Evolutions, like maybe like a continuation of X-Men Evolutions when they're in the future, or something like that. I would like to see something like that. But other than that, this Vulcan figure is a pretty dope, pretty cool figure. It's on fleek. Nah, I ain't finna use that word. Nah, that's outdated as heck. I didn't know it had paint chip in there, huh? But yeah, it's a pretty dope figure. I like it a lot, and it's really well made, and it's a definitely must have. You definitely should have it. Yeah. It's a definitely must have. Like 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 figure. Number 4, and this is one of my favorite Iron Man figures I have in my collection. This figure is something else. I love it. The gold could be a little bit more darker, I guess, and the red a little bit more bright or shinier. In person, it looks a little bit better, but in the camera, it looks a little bit too cartoonish, or too like. I don't think you can capture it through the camera. It kind of looks like that, but a little bit more darker, I guess, in real life. But it's a really dope figure. I like it a lot. I like the design of it in the comics. Focus. Okay, yeah. But it's a pretty cool figure. I like it a lot. I like accessories. I love the articulation of this figure. My most articulated Iron Man figure. I love it so much. I love the articulation, especially the neck articulation. Oh snap! The neck articulation is something else. So it's like a normal like little dumbbell joint, not dumbbell joint, but like hinge joint like that, like normal Marvel Legends joint. And then it's a bottom dumbbell joint at the base of the neck. Like that's awesome. That's so cool. Marvel Legends has shown time and time again they can pull off insane articulation, but they never really want to do it for like newer figures. Like, come on Marvel, come on Hasbro, put the effort in. Like, with these new boxes, it just seems like you guys are going down McFarlane's path. Let's be real, because like all the QC issues with the new like 60 years anniversary or 40 years anniversary of the Spider-Man like wave. Like, dude, QC issues were horrendous. Like some of the paint jobs and works were different. Like, people had left and right same legs and arms. Like it was crazy. I never really got QC issues with any of my figures, so I never had to deal with that. But I do like this figure. Definitely a must get if you haven't gotten it. It's definitely one of those Iron Man figures you need in your collection if you don't have like those the import figures. And then unless you have the import figures, don't get this because like you gotta import. But still, it's a pretty dope figure. One of my favorite Marvel Legends in my collection, and definitely replaced my Iron Man figure that was already in my Avengers shelf. But what I have to say is one of those figures that you need to get. But after that, let's push on to number 3. Number 3, Hawkeye. And this is my favorite figure, and it's my main like current. I have Old Man Hawkeye, but I don't really like that figure that much. I mainly use them for like spare parts, not spare parts, but like head swaps for like an apocalyptic type, buck. I put like a Logan head on that once to make my jungle, stop motion. If you've seen my, Predator versus Wolverine stop motion, you can watch that. It will probably be at the end of the video on one of the clicks, alongside my most recent video, and also a playlist I might make of just all my stop motions in general. But yeah, it's a pretty dope figure. I like it a lot. I love the neck articulation. Same thing with Iron Man. Neck articulation, it's a normal joint at the top of the head, and at the base of the neck it's a freaking dumbbell joint. This is awesome. I love it. I love it a lot. I love the butterfly joints too. The accessories, it could have came with like individual, like maybe one arrow that could come out, something like that, or like a grabbing like arrow hand, like how the Old Man Hawkeye had. Like I like that hand a lot. I might do like a hand swap and repaint some of the pieces on it purple, just give it to this figure. But I do like this figure a lot, and it's a top tier, like one of the best Hawkeye figures we got it in a long time. We haven't really gotten that much Hawkeye figures, to be honest, because like all the Age of Ultron Hawkeye figure we got, no. But this figure is dope. I love the design. It gives a little bit of a comic book flair to that new comic book look we get Hawkeye has now. Hawkeye has now. Hawkeye has now. I love the design. I love the articulation on it. The boots, especially the boots. It looks so simple, but it feels so good. And like it just screams Hawkeye. Like, it's honestly just an amazing design. I love it. I love the more modern design. Now like the boot design, it was dope, right? I could put a picture up. I had that Hawkeye figure, but I broke the arm of it, like the buggy cap, like the robot arm of it. And it was a pretty cool body, pretty cool. I got it from like a, what was it, garage sale. It was pretty cool. Flea market. Got it from a flea market, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, but I like this figure a lot. Also, a little detail I found. It has the Earbud painted. That's awesome. That is awesome. And the face, dude, the detail of the face is awesome. How they added the blood with the stitch mark. It really shows you that he's human, bro. And the blood mark on the cheek. And like how it looks like the actor, like it's so cool. And RIP that, not RIP, he's alive, but hope he gets better. The actor that plays Hawkeye. But yeah. Number 2. Now number 1's gonna be not really a surprise. But yeah, I like this figure a lot. It's one of my favorite figures. And I got it like this year. I got it 2022, not this year because I'm making this in 2023, but I got it in 2022. And I got the Legacy from the Legacy Wave, and this is mainly the reason why I even wanted to like anything from the Legacy Wave, mainly just to get this figure. I love the design of this Black Panther suit in the Marvel Universe. I don't know why they changed it. It looked really cool. I liked it a lot. Like, it's one of my favorite Black Panther designs, and it's one of those suits that you could just look at and like I just like the design of it. People were saying, and he was cold in this suit too. Black Panther in Civil War was cold, man. Like, he wasn't taking no crap from nobody, bro. He was bodying everybody that was in his way. He didn't care who you are. He had a little thing with, You know, Clint too, he said, I don't care who you are. Like, bro, man was on a mission. He was going to kill Bucky. Imagine what would have happened if Bucky did get killed by him. The story would have changed astronomically. But I do like, you know, Black Panther's character. I like him a lot. I like his design. I like him. I like this, you know, figure. But yeah, that's number 2. Let's get to number 1. Number 1 is Namor. This is my favorite figure I got in 2022. It's no question about it. It's one of my favorite MCU figures in general I got this year. I love it so much. Now, favorite comic book figure I got this year would probably have to be this figure. But overall favorite figure this year, like when it comes to, you know, MCU wise, and also figure in general, I love this Namor figure a lot. And it totally replaced my comic book Namor. Totally replaced that. I threw it somewhere in a bit of figures I replace normally, because when I get duplicates of figures, I mainly get the better version of them. And then the figures I have in my collection that I don't really want in my collection, my main collection, I either put them in a separate shelf, or straight up just put them in a bin of figures that are just, you know, have been replaced with better, newer, updated version of those figures. But yeah. And also the feet, and I really want to, I feel like they could have made the gold a little bit darker, but I do like the gold being all shiny and stuff. He's royalty, but he also is like a king, so like he should have, you know, battle damage. He's in war, he's been in war, he's been in battle. I feel like he should have a little bit of battle damage on the gold parts of his suit. But I do like the wings, I do like the spear, I like the head sculpt. The head sculpt looks a little bit like the actor. Yeah, it looks a little bit like the actor. But I do like the articulation on it is super good. I like the pegless joints all around. If it was pegged, it would have looked trash, but it's a really good figure. I did hot glue like the neck down, but I guess it like popped off when I was putting it in the bin, like moving around my figures to make this video. But yeah, I'm probably gonna super glue this part down, because I don't like how it just flops up like that. No, I'm gonna super glue that down to the back, down to the neck, because I don't like it when it falls off. Don't like it one bit. And I could have given him dumbbell joint like right here, but I feel like that would mess up like maybe the skin, you know, type of thing they were doing with like making it look a little bit fleshy. And the neck does look like it is like kind of real. Like it looks like skin. Bit simple, but I do like the body a lot. I like how these customizers are using like one of those bodies that have like those latex on them that look like skin. It looks cool, but I do like this Marvel Legends. I'm gonna fix this afterwards. I'm gonna fix this. But I do like the figure. I do like him a lot. I like it a lot. It looks kind of weird without like the neck thing. Yeah, you see it put hot glue on the sides and then like it sticks down there for a little while. But yeah, I like the body. I like how it looks. I'm probably never gonna display him without the neck piece. But I do like the figure a lot. I like the spear and everything. It's a really cool figure. It's one of those figures that you just have to pick up if you like the movie. But yeah, I was thinking about getting this Namor figure since I already had a Namor figure. I was thinking not to get it because I already had a Namor figure. But once I saw him in the movie, I needed him, bro. Once I saw him in the movie, I needed him. Because like he was a dope character in the movie, and also the figure reviews showed that this figure was actually worth it. It's a really cool figure. I love posing it around. Don't like this whole like, you know, separate piece thing. I don't know if there's a QC issue, but it's not sticking together. I'm probably gonna fix that with super glue. A lot of loose pieces with this figure. Yeah, but yeah, it's a really cool figure. I like it a lot. And that's the end of this haul. That's the end of this video. Yeah, so guys, hope you have a blessed day. Hope you have a nice, you know, year, and happy 2023. And have a blessed day, guys. See you later. Deuces.